Myself, Ms. Mamta WANJRE from AISSMS Institute of Information Technology. Today I am going to introduce system programming. What is system means? What is programming means? So we first see the introduction part of system programming. So system means it is the collection of various components. For example, college is a system, and programming means it is the art of designing and implementation the program. So we can introduce system program. There are programs which are required for the effective execution of general user programs on computer system. Again, we can say system programming. It is an art of designing and implementing system programs. So let us see first what is software means. So software is the collection of many programs. There are two types of softwares are there. One is a system software and another is application software. System software, that is also called computer software, that is designed to operate and control the computer hardware and to provide platform for running application software. So system software is collection of software program that perform a variety of functions like I/O management, storage management, generation and execution of program etc. In that, operating system, compiler or assembler, that is also called utility software, and device drivers, that comes under system software. Application software, that means it is the kind of software which is designed for fulfillment specialized user requirement. Under that, MS Office is there, Adobe Photoshops are there, different application softwares are also comes under application software. So the software, under the different types are there: system software, application software, general purpose softwares are there. System software, under that, for example, operating system, language translator, common utility programs comes under system software. That is the basic block diagram of software. Basics of system program. User can use the application software to operating and system software from hardware. System software consists of an operating system and some fundamental utility such as disk formatters, file manager, display manager, text editor, user authentication and management tools, and networking and device control softwares are there. There are three types of software under system software: operating system, language and language processor, and different utilities are there. System software is responsible for controlling, integrating, managing the individual hardware components of a computer system so that other software and the users of the system see it as a functional unit without having to be concerned with the low-level details such as transferring data from memory to disk or rendering text onto a display. So the system software work as a middleware between application software and hardware. In between that, system software is there, that is interfacing between application software and hardware. Different components of systems programmings are there: interpreter, assembler, compiler, macro and macro processor, formal systems, debugger, linker, and operating system. These are the different components of system programming. So what is the need of system software? The basic need of system software is to achieve the following goals. One is to achieve efficient performance of the system. Second one is to make efficient execution of general user program. Next, to make effective utilization of human resources are there, and to make available new and better facilities. That is need of system software. Different characteristics of system programming are there. Under that, the system characteristics of system softwares that include performance, portability, and functionality. Developing any software that requires the understanding of the following software quality factors. One is the operational characteristics, another one is transitional characteristics, next is revisional characteristics. These are the different characteristics of system programming. The essential characteristics of system programming are as follows. Programmers are executed to know the hardware and internal behavior of the computer systems on which the program will run. So system programmers that explore these known hardware properties and write software for specific hardware using efficient algorithms. So different uses of low-level programming language or some programming dialect that requires little runtime overhead and can execute in a resource-constrained environment. These are very efficient programs with a small or no runtime library requirements that has access to system resources, including memory, can be written in an assembly language. These are the main characteristics of system programming. So limitations of system programming are many times system programs cannot be run in a debugging mode. So that is main disadvantage of system programming. Limited programming facilities available, which requires high skill for the system programmer. And another one is less powerful runtime library that is available with less error checking capability. So this is the machine structure of system programming. Under that, upper one is application softwares are there, means users can use compiler, assembler, text editor, DBMS using through system and application programs. System and application programs. And after that, operating system. Operating system is the interface between application software and computer hardware is there. That is the intermediate between application programs and hardware of a computer. So basics of system program. Language processing activities are required due to difference in describing the ideas by the software designer, manner in which ideas are implemented. Under that, two domains are there. One is the application domain and execution domain. Application domain, that is a designer express his ideas in terms of application domain of software. Execution domains means to implement ideas. The description is interpreted in terms related to execution domain in computer system. Semantic and semantic gaps. Semantic means it represents rules of meaning of domain, and semantic gap, that is difference between semantics of two domains, that is the semantic gap. So consequences of large semantic gap. There are three main consequences of large semantic gaps are there. One is a more development time. Another one is large development effort. Third one is poor quality of software is there. So software engineering system to tackle consequences using programming language, that is also called PL, are specification design and coding steps. PL implementation steps are there, and software implementation using PL introduce PL domain. So language processing activities. The diagram shown below. The fundamental language processing activities divided into two parts. One is the program generation activity, that is also called specification gap, and another one is program execution activity, that is the execution gap. Three domains shown here. One is application domain, execution domain, and PL domain, that is interface between application domain, that is the domain between application domain and execution domain. A program generation activity aims to generation of a program. Sources is the application domain and target is the PL domain. It bridges specification gap. So PL domain is bridges between two domains, application domain and specification, two gaps. A program execution activity that aims to execute a program written in programming language. So source is a PL domain and target execution domain. It bridges execution gap. Let us see. Program generation means what? Program generator, input is a program specification, output is program in target. That is the target of programming language. The program generator is a software system which accepts the specification of a program to be generated and generate program in a target programming language. The activity is done by program generator domain. The generator domain is close to the application domain. It is easy for the designer or a programmer to write the specification of the program to be generated. A program generator is software that enable an individual to create a program with less efforts and programming language. A user may only be required to specify the steps or rules required for the program and not need to write and code or less code. So program execution, that is the second part. In that, two popular models of program executions are, one is a program translation and another one is program interpretation. Program translation, compiler, assembler, all these comes under program translation. It translates one form of, that is source program, into target program. So in that diagram is shown here. Source program is given to translator. It translates machine language program. Higher language program convert or translate into machine language program, and that is the target program. So the program translation model that bridges the execution gap by translating a program written in a programming language that is called source program, that is SP, and into an equivalent program in the machine language that is called target program, that is TP. That diagram is also shown here. High level language that is easy for programming to understand, that translate using translator into machine code, the computer's own language. And second one is a program interpretation. It reads the source program and stores it in its memory. During interpretation, it takes a source statement, determines its meaning, and perform actions like computation and input-output which implement it. So write a program, Java files or public class system that's shown here, diagram, that is given to compiler. Compiler compile that and convert it into machine code, and interpreter interprets or run that code. So in the program interpretation, the CPU use a program counter PC to note the address of the next instruction to be executed. This instruction is subjected to the instruction execution cycle that consisting following steps. One is a fetch the instruction, second one is decode the instruction to determine the operation to be performed, and third one is a execute the instruction. Fetch, decode and execute. These are main three cycles: instruction cycle, execution, instruction execution cycle of programming interpretation. So in that program interpretation, at the end of cycle, the PC is updated and the cycle is repeated for the next instruction. Thus, programming counter can indicate which statement of the source program to be interpreted next. That's all. That is the system programming. Thank you.